Yeah, you know what time it is. And I'm getting ready to hit you up with some facts right quick here. And it's a story that I just discovered, and what it has to do with this whole plan that the DC Dunce has to influence the vote, the black vote, and he's actually using these so-called black nonprofit organizations, namely churches, to influence black people to either vote or sit out and not vote at all when the election comes up. And he's using money. He's using money. So they had this fake phony black preacher out of Cincinnati that was out of Cleveland that was following him around before the first election. And so they got him sitting, picture him up. I'm not going to even put his picture up because I don't want to even do him that justice. But he's a phony. And so here we go. Trump allies target African-American voters with new tactic, cash giveaways. Allies of Donald Trump have begun holding events in black communities where organizers lavish praise on the president as they hand out tens of thousands of dollars to the lucky attendees. The first giveaway took place last month in Cleveland, where recipients whose winning tickets were drawn from a bin landed cash gifts in increments of several $100s stuffed in envelopes. A second giveaway scheduled this month in Virginia has been postponed and more said to be in the works. The tour comes as Trump's campaign has been investing its own money to make inroads with black voters and erode Democrats' overwhelming advantage with them. But the cash giveaways are organized under the auspices of an outside charity, the Urban Revitalization Coalition, permitting donors to remain anonymous and make tax-deductible contributions. The organizers say the events are run by the book and intended to promote economic development in the inner cities. But the group behind the cash giveaways is registered as a 501c3 charitable organization. One leading legal expert on nonprofit law said the arrangement raises questions about the group's tax-exempt status because it does not appear to be vetting the recipients of its money for legitimate charitable need. Charities are required to spend their money on charitable and educational activities, said Marcus Owens, a former director of the Exempt Organizations Division at the Internal Revenue Service, who is now in a private practice at a law firm at Loeb & Loeb. It's not immediately clear to me how simply giving money away to people at an event is a charitable act. Asked about the legality of the giveaways in a brief phone interview with the Urban Revitalization Coalition CEO Daryl Scott, that's the fake coon out of Cleveland, said that most gifts were between $300 and $500, and that group mandates that anyone who receives over $600 fill out a W-9 form in order to ensure compliance with tax law. He did not respond to the follow-up questions about how the giveaways were structured and whether they met legal standard of it as a charitable act. Scott declined to name the donors funding the effort. I'd rather not, he said. They prefer to remain anonymous. Scott, a Cleveland-based pastor, has been one of Trump's closest and prominent black supporters. He struck up a relationship with the real estate phony in the years before D.C. Dunce's presidential run, and along the D.C. Dunce's former Lieutenant Michael Cohen co-founded the National Diversity Coalition for Trump to promote that run. Since then, Scott has become a regular presence in the West Wing. He has championed the Trump administration's criminal justice reform efforts, signed into law as a First Step Act, and the creation of opportunity zones. That program passed as part of the 2017 tax overhaul, provides tax breaks for investments in certain urban and rural districts that were deemed in need of economic stimulus. Here we go. Sidebar. Now, what I just told you, the program passed as part of 2017 tax overhaul provides tax breaks for investments in certain urban and rural districts. However, what they're doing is they're not investing the money in the urban areas here. They're investing the money over here that's like next to the hood. It's not in the hood, it's next to the hood. So you got Jared Kushner and a whole bunch of other people that have been investing in Harlem Chicago, Atlanta, LA, Seattle, Oakland, and all these cities across country. They have been investing money and is basically funding gentrification in all of these cities. I'm gonna say that again. The federal government is funding gentrification in all these cities and more that I just mentioned. So that's what this 2017 tax overhaul did. And they're not only that, they'll be getting an instant tax break, and they will also be getting creating an instant profit. If they put in $1 million, they'll be making $1 million profit instantly. So here we go. In July 2017, the Urban Revitalization Coalition was registered in Delaware according to public records. It began promoting the Opportunity Zone program in conjunction with administration officials and other Republican office holders. Scott and the coalition's co-founders held a meeting with Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin in February 2018. According to Mnuchin's publicly released schedule, and the group held an event with Kentucky then Governor Republican Matt Bevin in Louisville the following month. The group's earlier activities did not feature cash giveaways. As Trump's re-election campaign ramps up to outreach to black voters, Scott has come on as a co-chair of its new Black Voices for Trump initiative, along with former Godfather Pizza CEO Herman Cain and YouTube performers 2 Tons or Whatever, Diamond and Silk. The initiative, whose homepage asks voters to text woke to a campaign phone number, and has been holding its own swing state events in recent months. But as the DC Dunce campaign spokesman said, the Urban Revitalization Coalition's events were unrelated to its own efforts, and that the campaign has no knowledge of or affiliation with these activities. Oh, yeah, right. The parallel tour being organized by the Urban Revitalization Coalition stands out for its promise to shower cash prizes on attendees who listen to speakers promote the president's initiatives. The first cash giveaway took place last month, another scheduled for Virginia on Martin Luther King Day before being scrapped amid a dispute with the college set to host the event. Organizers they say they plan to roll out a tour schedule featuring more events soon. The group's Christmas extravaganza event in Cleveland last month featured a $25,000 giveaway and an appearance by Jerron Smith, a deputy assistant to the president, a Cleveland native who worked on Trump's criminal justice reform. Smith was among the highest-ranking black officials in the White House. At the event, which also features appearance by television personality Geraldo Rivera, oh man, compared to investigative scrutiny faced by Trump to the plight of wrongfully incarcerated black men. Oh boy. He also defended Trump's record. Oh man. I'm telling you, man, this is a joke. Charitable organizations can hold events praising and honoring public officials so long as they avoid supporting or opposing candidates in elections. If they do it independently and it is agenda focused, not electoral, yes, that's permissible under the campaign finance law, said a senior director at the campaign legal center and election law watchdog. But if a rally veers into electioneering, issues with campaign finance law can arise, expert warned. Determining when rhetoric crosses that line to be difficult is always a fine line, said Larry Noble, a former general counsel for the Federal Elections Commission. One recipient of a cash giveaway in Cleveland, dressed as a Christmas elf, declared, 4 more years of President Trump, yay, after receiving her gift. The more pressing, well, this is sad, man, this is real sad. The more pressing legal issue raised by the event and by plans for more like it is the question of whether the cash giveaways constitute legitimate charitable activity. Flyers advertising the Cleveland event said it was open to the public and that recipients must be present to redeem giveaways. A video of the giveaway posted on Facebook by the Cleveland Plain dealer shows Lanier announcing one recipient, Teresa Jones Thomas, then declaring, "She don't need the money, she don't need the money. I ain't giving her the money. Her son plays for the Golden State Warriors in the NBA. She don't need the money," he said before hugging Jones and handing her an envelope. The LinkedIn profile for Jones Thomas described her as a senior director of accounting. So he ended up giving this lady a so-called charitable envelope, and now it states that a LinkedIn profile describes her as a senior director of accounting for a real estate management firm for her son. Warriors forward Omari Spellman is set to make close to $2 million this season, according to online sports salary tracking website SportTrack. Phone numbers are listed for Jones Thomas appeared to be disconnected. An email sent to her work address did not receive a response. In the closing weeks of the 2016 campaign efforts to depress black voter turnout were central to the Trump team's efforts, and he performed slightly better with that group than the Republican nominee Mitt Romney did in 2012. The election cycle, Trump's campaign is making more concerted, earlier investments in black voter outreach. While black voters are expected to overwhelmingly support the Democratic nominee this year, if Trump is able to win over a small percentage of black voters in key states to persuade some of them to sit out the election rather than vote against him, it would make a difference in a closely contested races. Ah, boy. So you look out now. You got your pastors out there, black pastors out there. And I told you that was the trick that Kanye West is doing, because Kanye West and Trump are like this. So Kanye West is trying to influence people to vote Republican, and all these other black pastors are jumping on board. What are they getting in return? Cash money, cash money in return for votes. Cash. So if they get a lump sum of cash money from Trump and his campaign people, and then they give away a small little percentage of it, here, we giving this away as a charitable donation. Vote for Trump. Covering your mouth up, vote for Trump. This shit is illegal. This is illegal. This is totally illegal. You cannot buy votes. And that's what they're doing here. They're buying votes. So wake up, people, and make sure you share this broadcast. Share, if you don't share anything else that I broadcast before, comment, like, share this broadcast right here with everybody you know, every black person you know, because this is some real skullduggery that's going on right here. This is total garbage. Total garbage.
Total.